Hello, everybody. So, technically, it's March. It's right after St. Patrick's Day. However, you know that these videos are timeless. If you need a message and you stumble across this years from now in the middle of summer, then it's meant for you, okay? Just wanted to point that out. But in lieu of St. Patrick's Day, there's been some spreads posted by a friend of mine, and I wanted to kind of use these spreads. This one was created by Leah Berkeley. I just want to say that's out there. I guess it was found on somewhere. I don't know how she found it. I do a Google image search for tarot spreads, and I find all kinds. So I just wanted to give Leah Berkeley credit, because I did not create this spread, but I am going to use this spread to read for you today. This is a general reading. It's a Tarot for Prosperity spread. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. I have one oracle card sitting over here that we will use as advice. So I'm using the Star Tarot today. This is considered a pit deck, which means, like, you know, you've got basic colors and images, but you don't really have that detailed imagery that can really help you pinpoint things. It requires, I can't say that word today. It requires more intuition. But I want to keep it nice and short and sweet for you as much as I can. I'm working on it. It's hard when I'm a talker, and I really enjoy putting these messages out and just talking to you, because I know you're listening. So this is Tarot for Prosperity. It consists of 4 cards. So this is your number one card is the Knight of Swords. Pardon me, I feel like I'm losing my voice again. So the number 1 card, the question is, where are you currently on your financial journey? You pulled the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords, I see that you're making really, right away, it's like, straight message, you're making good decisions. I hope you're making good decisions. So if you're tuning into this, I feel like majority of you listening, you know, you're really smart and you really like to think ahead about what you want to do in life. And this includes your financial journey. You're making solid decisions about savings, about, you know, do I really need this? Do I really need that? You know, you don't need the frivolous things. You budget yourself very well. And you have decided that, you know, maybe you want to buy a house or a car or those big purchases that are kind of necessary in life. Heck, maybe you want that new iPhone. It's like, it feels like it's $5,000 or however expensive it is. It's ridiculous, honestly. I mean, it's a phone. It's kind of a lifeline, but man, they're going to rake you over the coals for that one, aren't they? But whatever it is that you feel like you want, you're going after that. And you're saving up, and it's smart. And maybe you want to save, maybe you want to have savings in case something happens on the road and you got to fix a car. You know, it's always good to have that rainy day fund. So I appreciate that, because majority of you are making solid decisions here. And there may be a small amount of you also that you haven't made the best decisions, but you're wanting to do better. Maybe you're like, I shouldn't have done that. And maybe I spent all my money and I wish I'd known that this was going to happen. The house is falling apart or the car broke down and I spent my money on this and I should have saved back some. So, you know what? You can always do better. They sometimes have financial planning classes if you're interested. I'm sure you can find free stuff on YouTube about it. You know, whatever you want to do. There are some really cool stuff, videos on YouTube about how to save money and how to make money. So maybe look into that if you're interested. So glad you're making, for the most part, you guys are making great financial decisions. That's great. Stick with it, because the number 2 card, the question is, what's one step you could take right now to improve your finances? Well, you got the Emperor. I mean, hello. The Emperor is he's a balance of all 4 kings in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. That's great, because being a balanced, you know, he's got to make the best decisions, not just for himself and his own family, but as the leader of whatever community he's in. This is a pillar of the community right here. And the Emperor makes solid decisions. And you have to do what's best for family or for the long run, like what's going to be the best for your household. Like, again, looking out. You're looking out for yourself in the future by making these solid financial decisions. So you're an emperor. So the step that you can take right now, those of you who are stepping into that emperor energy, great. I think those of you making these solid decisions are already stepping into that energy. For those of you that haven't made the best and you're wanting to do better, step into that emperor energy. Think about what's best for me down the road. What's going to provide for me, for my family down the road. I have to do what's best for them. You know, what is it that... Oh, you guys are going to have to help me with this. I'm trying to remember what Spock says in Star Trek. Nerd alert. But, you know, what's good for, what is it? What's good for the few is good for the... No, I've totally screwed up. You guys, where are my Star Trek nerds at? It's been a while since I've seen the show. So what is it that Spock says? He says something about the few and the many. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm blanking. I've been having a hard time focusing and concentrating lately. I was trying to figure out what's going on with me in my physical and mental health to see if this something is just kind of blocking me here. But I know that you guys can help me out and maybe put it in the comments, because I will be so appreciative. But yes, step into that emperor energy. I can say it, right? That's going to improve your finances because you're making decisions, not just for yourself, but you're looking ahead. You're making decisions for what's best for you, for your family, friends, whatever, for your life ahead. You're making better decisions. You're sacrificing what you personally want for what's going to be helpful to you in the future. That's a good emperor, in my opinion. So stick with that. Keep staying in that energy because that's going to be helpful to your finances. Keep making good decisions. And then we have number 3. The third card is what's one thing you can do to set yourself up for long-term, sustainable financial success? We got the Chariot. So plain and simple, this is forward progress. This wheel is turning. So I feel like keep doing what you're doing. You're making good decisions. The majority of you listening are making good decisions. You're in that emperor energy, which means you're doing what's best for the community. You know, what's going to sustain you long term. I mean, I can't tell you any better than that. You guys are very prosperous. And those of you that are trying to do better, you're learning. You're learning to make better decisions, to step into this energy. You're going to start making progress there. That's going to set you up. Being like an emperor making good decisions is setting yourself up for financial success. And when they say sustainable, this Chariot, this is going to be consistent progress. You're going to be able to take care of yourself. You're going to have the backup money in case something goes wrong and you need that money for a rainy day fund, or something happens and you get hurt and you got to pay a hospital bill or something, you know. I'm not saying that would happen, but if you get ill, you can't work and you're losing hours in pay, at least you have that money sitting there. So it's really important. Like, savings is going to be important here. You know, and just, you know, I'm not a banker. I'm not in any kind of investment type of person, but it's the smart thing to do for anybody, you know. It's common sense here for the most part. If you don't know, you can learn. You can look up all this stuff. You can take classes on it. They really should teach this in schools. I mean, rather than teaching women how to sew and cook and men how to, you know, how to work on cars or tinker around in the wood shop or whatever, I'm hoping that they are starting to blend these classes into a genderless thing, because we all need to know how to do all of this stuff. We need to know how to take care of our house, our home. We should all be able to cook and clean for ourselves. And we should be able to, like, you know, sew our clothes, or, you know, men and women both. There should be no gender roles anymore. That's my opinion. I'm on my soapbox about it, but just saying they should teach this. You know, and instead of just teaching like gender roles, like, it's important for all of us to know how to balance a checkbook. Not that people use those much anymore, but we should know how to balance our budget, or at least to budget our money when we get it in. Like, oh, let's pay these bills first. Let's see pay everything up. What's left is going to be what you can treat yourself to after. If it's not enough, then you can find other ways to make money, or, maybe you need a better job, or however it is. They just don't pay a living wage these days. So by all means, yeah, set yourself up to be that chariot. That way you're still continuously making progress as you go. Consistency is key. So the last message we have here, this is a message from your guides to support you. And so your guides are saying, get out of your head, give it a rest. That's what I've heard. Give it a rest. If you guys are like me, you worry about finances, you worry about money. How am I living paycheck to paycheck? I don't make enough money. Again, not a livable wage for some people. And even if we make great decisions, we're smart. We're paying all our bills. We're making sure we put gas in the car. We're making sure that, we get that oil change, or we, do our taxes, whatever it is that we need to do, wherever that money has to go. And when it's done, we just have like this tiny amount left and like, this is it. But, I ripped my pants and it's not sewable. So I need to like buy a new pair. I could use a new pair of pants, and I need to get groceries. And, how am I going to meet up with the girls for lunch? I don't know. Sometimes there have to be a sacrifice. I hate to say it. I haven't gone out with people in a long time because I don't have the money to do that. I'm trying to make money through tarot on YouTube, and it's not easy. It's not easy. And I say it again, I appreciate those of you that subscribe, because even if you subscribe and you don't watch every video, that subscription, one, it's an energy exchange, so I can pick up a little bit easier on more of you, and it makes the readings more interesting. But you're also helping me out, because once I can monetize, like, it would be great. I'll apologize for the commercials because I hate those. But there is a version of YouTube that you can pay for it to get rid of the ads. And then just getting views, it's going to help me. So I'm hoping by giving these readings, I help you, give you the message you need to hear, and you can help me. Because I need the prosperity too, and I'm waiting for my abundance and open arms over here. That's the best way, I think it is to almost expect it, as realistically as you can. As much as I'd love to win the lottery, or be like someone walk up to me and give me $1 million, is that would be great if it happened. I can hope, but I'm just waiting. Whatever abundance is the universe is willing to give me, great. But your guides are telling you to give it a rest. You're in your head worrying about money a little bit too much. But, if you're part of this where you're starting to make good decisions, and as an emperor of your family, you're becoming the leader. You're taking care of yourself. But you're also thinking ahead. Like, how can I sustain myself? You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, so you don't need to worry so much. So when they say give it a rest, really rest. Enjoy yourself. If you need to do something else, then, like I said, take a class, look into, there's got to be a class on saving money, or how to cut corners and budget properly, or even if that's too boring for you, maybe you just need to look into a secondary income or revenue. I mean, I just saw something, you would have to, I think there's a subscription. I think it's like $25 a month. That might be a lot. It's a little bit for me right now, but I think it's called InVideo, and basically it's AI. You go in and you have a YouTube, right? You make yourself a YouTube. You go on and you type in a subject, and you say, create a video about this subject, as it relates. The video I watched, it was a guy saying how to make money, not quick money, but just how you can make extra money on the side, like doing these things by having a Shopify shop, or going on InVideo and signing up, and then you type in, he created, his example was creating a video on how the law of attraction affects something. I can't remember what it was, but it was about the law of attraction. And within 5 minutes, this video, he produced it, like, boom, here's a video on the law of attraction. And all you have to do is upload it to your YouTube and title it and put in, whatever it is, your tags that people are going to look for, and boom, you could get lots of views on it. I mean, this could be a quick way, to do things. And if I can manage that, I would love to do that. Because I might do that, because I could think of some really great videos that are, related to what I do with tarot. And I thought that would be great, because I was thinking of doing something like that anyway. And I might do it myself. I might use videos to help sometimes. Because I think sometimes the video, if they put it together right, the AI can explain things better than I could, in a more, straightforward way. Because you see me, I talk and then I get off on tangents, and sorry guys. Hopefully you love that about me, but it is what it is. So it sounds like for the majority, you guys are doing great. Those of you that aren't doing so well, this is your opportunity to start making better decisions, trying to save that money back. And if not, there are options out there. So what does your Oracle card? This is from the Naughty Oracle. This is card number 40. It says unicorn shit fight. It says ground yourself now. Yeah. I think a lot of you are in your head. When we think about being in our head, we think daydreaming, like we're floating away. But it's not always daydreams. Sometimes it's nightmares. Sometimes it's just that stress and worry of like, what am I going to do? I'm not making enough money to support myself. But if you start doing this, you're going to be fine. Start looking into other ways to add revenue, or maybe a job that pays higher. There are always things that you can look to. Whatever your heart's pulling you to, follow it. Trust your intuition. A 40 reduces to 4. 4 again goes back to the Emperor. So it's like, take control of your life. Do this, like make better decisions. Be in control. Watch the progress happen, and then you can relax. So ground yourself too. Ground yourself and, try to get that energy flowing, maybe start moving. It always helps for me to take a walk if you can't sit still and meditate. You can do a walking meditation, and that's when you let the thoughts flow. You let the ideas start coming to you, and you might have some great ideas for how to make some extra money. So, sometimes that's how your spirit, I guess I'm going to say spirit guides, however, will send you these wonderful ideas that can help you when you're seeking answers. So I would say do that. And I'm going to put that like over here because I feel like it belongs over here, but the relax, like ground yourself and stay relaxed, and those ideas will come. So I hope this helped you guys. And again, I appreciate all of you. Until next time, guys. Bye.